Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to show you how I like to make my oilless stew or stew without any oil. So I start off by seasoning my protein or my meat, and as Nunu says, once you add the amount of condiments you need for your meat, go ahead and add some balls. So I kind of almost over season it, and I am going to pop it into my mini oven to dry up a little bit, and then I am going to get started on prepping my tomatoes, pepper, shambo, tatashe, whatever. So usually I used to always the seed, like take out the seed of my shambo, not even tatashe, listen, shambo. And of recent, okay, because I have always thought that if you do not take out the seeds of shambo, I am not talking about tatashe, if you do not take out the seeds of shambo, it is going to be bitter. And that thing has been stressful to me while cooking, and I just realized of recent that you do not need to do that. Your shambo is not going to be bitter. And with anger, I do not even remove the seed of tatashe again, and nothing happened to my stew. It wasn't bitter. I like for my tomato to be shredded like this, not completely blended, because that is going to make it most obvious that there is no that there is no oil in the stew. I like to just make it like this or a little bit more. The second time I let it run a little bit longer, just to like shred it. Is that shredding? Just to crush it more. So I was trying out, this is the first time I am doing this with my food processor, and I am happy that it can do this. I cannot achieve this with a blender. It is just going to mess it up. But imagine making egg sauce for boiled yam with this. It is like perfectly sliced tomatoes, so nice. So once I am done with the tomatoes, I am going to do the same thing for my pepper and my shambo and my tatashe, because I do not care if the seed is inside, just shred. And yeah, so just do that. And then when I am done, I'm going to proceed to make the stew. You're going to see how I do it without frying or adding any oil. It tastes absolutely delicious, that you would wonder why oil is ever added. No, I think it does look more used to. I don't want to say more appetizing. It looks more used to with the oil, and without oil it might look like a little bit weird or off, because that's just not what we're used to. So I let the tomato boil well. I do like to have like a slight taste of freshness in my tomato. I do not like heavily dried out tomato, whether using oil or not. So I just let it cook for a while. I am adding ginger, thyme. Okay, this is pepper. I added pepper and ginger first, then thyme, curry, maggi cubes, and salt. Yeah, so I try to stick to condiments that I know what they are about, apart from stock cube. I don't know how stock cube comes to be. But for curry, thyme, ginger, garlic, that paste is ginger and garlic, and I like to use it a lot when making my stew. So I let this boil very well. I let the tomato boil very well, and then I add my condiments and I let it boil a little, and then I go ahead and I added my fish. Ignore that tail, it is very ras, but well, just don't eat it. You know, you're supposed to take it off, but it is what it is. I let the fish go in, and then I add my air fried meat, and we are quarter to done. After I make sure the stew covers or touches each of the meat so that the taste can seep into it, I then let it boil. And once this boils, food is almost ready. I'm going to just add quick clips of how I concluded this meal. So you're going to see the rice and how my food processor shredded my cabbage and carrot like in seconds. Jesus, I cannot believe we used to stand with knife and chopping board and just cut and dice cabbage and carrot for hours, especially during festive period, and now there is just food processor in seconds. Ah, Jesus, person technology sha. Anyways, why I recently started counting calories, and I have never been fully aware of how much calories are in oil. It is crazy, it is ridiculous. Oil is not that delicious for me to want to go through this the stress of sacrificing my calories for oil. No, I can do without it in some instances, especially if you're using vegetable oil, the store-bought vegetable oil. You're not using like coconut oil or olive oil that is healthy. If I cannot afford healthy oils, then I am going to leave the super processed vegetable oils that are sold in stores. They can just rest. I am going to go oilless for now. I already made okra soup on this channel, and that one was the most painful because I couldn't even get myself to make okra soup without oil. My brain is still just not processing it well. Like, Jesus, I tried to just use small red oil in that. Normal me. That's where, like, I like red oil in okra soup. I like the soup to be red and slimy and thick, like no water, no space. Everything is just dry. Oh, Jesus. That soup is on my channel. I used palm oil. It wasn't too much, but I used palm oil. So this is my portion control: 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cup of vegetables, and then the protein, I measured it out. This is not even enough protein for, but this is the protein I had with this meal. I measured it out and added it to my plate. Guys, if you're counting calories and you're someone that is not used to vegetables, just try and get used to it. Ideally, this quantity of rice would have been like testing salt in the kitchen. But once you mix it up with the cabbage, it's as if you're eating a whole plate of rice. And well, I am getting used to this, not complaining too much. It is fun. I am finally dropping some weight, shedding weight. Yeah, so it is worth it if you want to try it. I am promising you this food is very tasty. I wish I had like curry leaves. That would have been a nice touch, but this is what we have. It was delicious. I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.